My grandmother loved her family very much, and it was always there, always there. One phone call away, always there, and always willing to do whatever it took at any point. Whatever was in her power, whatever was in her resources, she would do. You know, she was the ultimate backup. She was the ultimate support. She was the ultimate. She was present. And I think of all those memories I had with her. I thank God that I have the memories. Experiencing her from age 42 to 89. And there's a lot of memories in there. She came to the graduations, the talent shows, me doing stand up at the Comedy Store. There's actually, and that video is here on YouTube. I did an episode of T.O.T on this where I did stand up at the Comedy Store in Hollywood. And because I know her laugh, I know what it sounds like. Whenever I watch that video, I can hear her laugh because I know what it sounds like. And there's a lot of great moments on file in here that I can pull whenever I want. And I was always present in those moments. Why? Because I learned it from her. You got to be present, even when it's uncomfortable. And that's what she was. She loved her family, her siblings, her children, her grandchildren, all of the above. There was a love there, and this love was so strong, it was strong enough to move a mountain. And that is the advantage of melanated beings. I guess you could say it's not an advantage. I'll say it's a bonus. It's a bonus because when you're surrounded by melanated beings and it's a loving space, oh, you feel it. There's a loving energy in the room. Melanin has a chemical. I don't want to go down that road. I'll save that for another episode. But back to grandma. There's another saying she used to say, now that you know what the problem is, what are you going to do about it? Ooh. Now that you know what the problem is, what are you going to do about it? Oof. Grandma, that right there, I'm going to have to say that may be my favorite. You know why? Because it's about taking action. So many times, people talk about the cause and the effect. The cause and the effect. This happened, and this is what it did to me. This happened, and this is what it did to me. But now that you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to change your outcome? What are you going to do to generate new results? What are you going to do to take care of your business? Like my grandma used to say. What are you going to do? Because it's not enough to know cause and effect. You got to have solution-based activity. And that's something that tends to be an issue for a lot of people, especially within the melanated or Black human experience. There's a whole lot of talking, but not a whole lot of doing. And doing is the difference. Because yes, there's a system in place that's working against you, but there's something else that you can use that will put you in a position to do more than you can imagine. I'll talk about that in another episode, but Flora Mae Robinson and that particular quote right there, that was key because she was always about getting it done. Get it done. Got that done. That's what she used to say. After something was finished, got that done. Whew, got that done. I remember hearing her say this in her room all the time. Whew, got that done. Grandma. I learned so much from her, and a lot of it was just from observation. And that's what she did. She could have made a great cop. She knew the shortcuts of mid-city Los Angeles. She knew how to navigate, right? A lot of her adventures and life stories took place in mid-city Los Angeles in terms of her adult years. Of course, she has the Shreveport, Louisiana stories, but a lot of the Los Angeles stuff was mid-city. She knew her way around. She used the side streets. She didn't need GPS. That's something that I watched. Okay. And yeah, and she always observed people. She embraced people, but she would watch you. And now that I think about it, I'm very similar. I'll give you the respect off rip because you're a human being, but don't think I'm not watching you. Don't think for 1 second I'm not watching you. And that's the thing that grandma used to do. And she loved it. When she was around family, she would watch. It was like she was being entertained, you know? And it could be simple things. The silent generation was all about simple. Like I said, I don't think I will ever meet a woman like her because you see how women are today. Women today are not like my grandmother because my grandmother, as long as she had food, clothes, and shelter, good. And time with her family, good. That's it. That's all. She didn't need the yacht. She didn't need the resort, traveling to Tulum every 2 months or wherever. These women today have it all booped up. If more women were like my grandmother today, damn near all of them would have husbands. Let me say that again for you ladies that don't get it. If more women were like my grandmother today, the majority of them would have husbands right now. Facts. Flora Mae Robinson, she was it. She was the real deal. And I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to live with her to get all of these pieces. And that's the next key. When someone transitions, you embrace those things. Her loving energy, her ability to embrace people, but also be observant and not be stupid, hard work, get it done, right? Connect to God in whatever capacity you can. You don't necessarily have to be Christian, you don't have to be Muslim, but connect, be in alignment because that will enhance your human experience. It will smooth it out to where the obstacles do not exist. That's grandma. So the key is to take all of those pieces, going back to that famous Bruce Lee quote, where you absorb what's useful, reject what is useless, add what is essentially your own. It's that idea. Flora Mae Robinson has transitioned. So now take all of those pieces, manifest that into this experience, and expand on it. And that is how you honor those who have passed or transitioned. You honor them that way. You take those pieces and add it to your experience, turn it into physical stuff, turn it into tangibles, because there's so much that you can use. So for those of you who've experienced this, a loved one or what have you, that is the key right there. And in terms of those that still remain, pull some pieces. Your elders, if they're still around, get those gems. Celebrate their existence. Thank you, Grandma.